Hey, good morning, friends. Welcome back to another exciting day in Empires and Puzzles, and with it brought a brand new temple summon. So, what are we going to get this time around? Well, it's certainly not going to be the quest. They still have not yet implemented the quest, but they are still sending us free temple coins in the mailbox. So, I mean, in a way, I guess that's nice. It saves you the time, energy, and effort to complete a quest, and you still get some pulls. So, that's neither here nor there. But what we are here for today is to review a brand new character in, let's see, Meenakshi? Sure. So Meenakshi is going to be a green paladin. So we do have that opportunity to get extra armor. So that's kind of fun. We like that tank ability there. A reminder of what we get for our family bonus here. There's going to be a bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes. At the end of each turn, heroes in the Mahayoddha family gain growth, either 100, 110, or 120 attack and defense each turn. So this is kind of nice. I do really like this family bonus because it does create an ability to increase their stats throughout the whole fight. This is also going to help wedge them against power creep because they'll continue to increase their stats well into the future where they might be able to stay relevant for longer than most other heroes. We also, in the passives department, get mana on damage received. When this character receives an effect, a direct damage from either special skills or normal attacks, they receive a small amount of mana, maximum of 10% mana gained per turn. So we do like that they can speed up their mana a bit from taking damage. Then we also have superior resist negative minion effects. This character is immune to incoming negative effects and damage from minions and mega minions. So it's nice that they get that effect from both the minions and the mega minions. It's a pretty cool passive. I think both minions and mega minions have fallen off the meta a little bit, but they are still out there, so there's no reason not to enjoy resistance against their effects. We get the special armor bonus here in the Aether Power, and it's going to be plus 40% defense against special skills for the first 6 turns. Once again, creating a little bit more tank ability at the beginning of the fight. Then down here in the specials department, we get Coastal Recharge. So it's going to be operating at average speed. We get recovers 10% health for the caster and nearby allies. The growth boon occurs, recovering 2x health based off the amount of modified defense. So that's from their growth each turn. The caster and nearby allies counterattack with 150% of the damage received for 4 turns. And the caster and nearby allies regenerate a moderate amount of mana for each counterattack for 4 turns. The effect gets diminished for consecutive activations during the same turn. Okay, so we've seen characters like this before that kind of have similar effects. I'm trying to think of what her name is, but there is a blue 4-star that I think came from, was it Dunes, that does something similar? Azima, there it is. This character reminds me of like a 5-star version of Azima. However, we do of course get a much stronger counterattack out of this character, and the mana gain from counter strikes is nice. So let's just say like Azima, but really powered up. Look, counterattack heroes are what they are. They've been in the game for a long time. I think most of us are pretty familiar with how they exist. They are helpful, but they suffer from the same things that like Taunt suffers from. A Dispel is the way to handle them most efficiently. So, in other words, if you dispel this person's counterattack, really what else are they doing? They are giving 10% health to themselves and nearby allies, and that's it, right? So a Dispel will pretty much neutralize this character in their entirety. However, if they don't have a Dispel in place, they are going to be dealing with 150% counterattack for herself and nearby for 4 turns. I think in reality, I probably would use this as an offensive hero and take her against teams that I know don't have Dispel ready. And that way, you can maximize the effectiveness of the counterattack. You can put her on defense. But again, I think it's important to remember that when you use this character on defense, there's a very easy way to counter her, and it's a Dispel. And Dispels are not that uncommon in the game that I don't think that they could reach into their roster and find a Dispeller to neutralize a lot of what this potential character can do. So, look, it's fine. I think she's perfectly adequate. If I had to rate this character, which we are kind of there, on a scale of 1 to 10, 7 being average, 8 being, above average, 9 being pretty great, and 10 being like, oh my goodness. Like, I don't really hand out 10s. It's hard because that means you're near perfection, right? Well, this character, I think I'm going to let her go ahead and fall into a 7 category. Like a pretty average new release, still very good, but like not not that spectacular. And I say that only because I feel like this character does not do a great job utilizing the growth that the family bonus gives. It's not like that exciting. She's healing 10%, right? But she does get a boost for the extra defense. But the reality is, like, a 10% heal is a minor heal, if you will. And so giving it whatever advantage it gets from this growth boon, I'm not sure that it's going to make that minor heal into something very significant. So you're not maximizing the family bonus in the way that it applies. And to be fair, my question is this character interchangeable for any other counterattack hero in the game? Probably. Probably. Now, don't get me wrong, it's fine to have counterattack, but I don't think the passives necessarily play in specifically well with counterattack. I guess one says, they get extra mana when taking damage, plus she'll gain mana when she counterattacks. I mean, you can put all of that into play, and she's going to cast her special again quicker, but in reality, her special isn't doing any damage. It will give you another 10% heal plus the boosted from the growth boon, but it's it's fine, right? That's exactly what this special is. It's fine. It's not game changing. It's not out of this world. And pretty much everyone who plays this game should know how to handle a counterattack hero. So I guess my thing is, operating at average speed, she's only going to be able to cast the special so many times. And I think that it's very easy to stay in front of on Dispel, as opposed to some counterattack heroes that are operating at fast speed. I think they create more of a dilemma, because even if you Dispel it, can you get your Dispel up fast enough to handle their fast speed for putting counterattack back up? I'd rather have that dynamic being played out than the average speed one, in my personal opinion. So yeah, we'll just stick with a 7 for now. I'm not trying to be overly harsh on you, Mean, but I just don't think that you are going to be the gem that shines out of this particular portal. So that's what I have to say about that. If you do pull her, look, she's still a brand new hero. She's still going to be good. Don't not level her because she's average. An average new hero is going to be way better than some even good older heroes. So just keep that in mind. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. If you do like what I do, there's a little button at the bottom right. You can click that, find me easier in the future. I am on my own little journey, see if I could get to 1,000 subscribers. I think it'd be fun. I might even be able to convince Empires and Puzzles to let me hand out a promo code. If I do, that's a work in progress. But if you want to help me on that journey, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.